Innovative di Hatiku represents a slogan that focuses on prioritizing community and future students, especially from the B40 groups. The spirit that arises from this slogan is to continue the effort to always give and help the community and prospective students in need. This slogan should remain a principle in every innovative citizen, so that this slogan is spoken in every community throughout the state in Malaysia, and make innovative as the main option to pursue higher education.
Inovatif di hatiku. Inovatif di hatiku.
Inovatif di hatiku.
Inovatif di hatiku.
Innovative di hatiku.
Alright, Assalamualaikum and good afternoon everyone. We meet again in Innovative International College live session. So basically for this week we are cover the business and entrepreneurship perspective then topic. But I'm not alone today. With me we have two special guests. So before we go through our topic for today, let me introduce you our special guest for today. First, we have Sir Azlin Latiff, Culture and Talent Director and Designer of AAI Global Consultancy. And with me also today is Mr. Naqkhaie Jaznin, the co-founder of thekedua.com. Once again, I would like to welcome to both of you to Innovative International College, and I hope both of you are doing fine there. Hi, sir.
Yeah.
Hi, Naqkhaie.
Hi, thank you, Asyraf, for the invite.
Still maintain, eh? All right. So before we go through on our topic for today, for those who may be the first time see both of you, like me, I already meet you a long time ago, and we already still connect to each other. I would like to ask, maybe we can start with Sir Azlin first. So share a bit about yourself, your background, and about your company and your role also. Perhaps you can start first, sir.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Asyraf, Naqkhaie, my fellow panel today that we're going to share about entrepreneurship with you. And Asyraf, we have how many people over here?
Basically 3 of us, but I'm not sure about the viewer now because I'm not take a look on the Facebook live currently.
Okay.
Perhaps
All right,
maybe I can check for a while.
The people again?
We are just start. I think less than 15. I think perhaps for now.
Okay. No problem. My journey is what Asyraf says as a 5C. I don't have 5C in SBM. Not 5A, not really 5A too. But then studied international studies, want to be a diplomat. Come out at that time, Malaysia is going towards knowledge-based economy. So I see that the content is good to go training and development. So I joined in hospitality. Because hospitality is the second largest industry supporting the main industry.
True.
From agriculture before Merdeka, after Merdeka, pergi manufacturing and all that. So from there, I built my career in the hotel. The last hotel is Sheraton Imperial, is Southeast Asia, where I do the talent development and culture. I have enough content, enough connections, enough commitment, enough C's. I want to do myself after 20 years, but then Khazanah National, who owns Legoland, the company is Team Attractions and Resort, owns Legoland, the Datai, the Sarukos, Kidzania, get me in as a vice president for culture and engagement. So to build the culture and engagement of the people. At that time the trend is there. So then after 5 years, this is a third year. I am on myself. I'm the founder of the company AI Global Consultancy and Transformation. We do service culture transformation, leadership transformation, hospitality development, corporate development, and all this. So from working 25 years, I want to go back my kiblat direction in livelihood with entrepreneurship. And I jealous tengok Naqkhaie, muda-muda dia dah tu. So guys, so today we are going to, that's my career journey, yeah? And inshallah we are doing good as an entrepreneur at 50 now, at 50 now. Naqkhaie maybe starts half of that, 25 years start.
Oh, that's totally compliment for him actually, 25.
Yeah. And Asyraf too. Asyraf is in between it. Asyraf is selecting the content. And like I say, after 22 years, 25 years of in a career, tapi the last 10 years in the career, I was half one fit in a career. Entrepreneur's life is a beautiful life. Whatever that challenges later that we're going to share with you. Bottom line, total sum, dosa, pahala kan, neraka, heaven of the entrepreneurship life. The 5C, it's heavenly. It makes what you are. You control the real total life of you. Yes. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir. Sir, just to clear out first, before people speculate anything, the AAI is not belong to Azlin and Asyraf, right?
Asyraf will have his own company. We don't do partnership. We do gig ni kita professional freelance by project kan.
Sure, in future, hopefully. All right, now let's listen from our 25 year speakers. Mr. Naqkhaie Jaznin over there.
All right, thank you, Asyraf, and thank you, Sir Azlin. It's such a compliment. That's why. But people always say age is just mind over matter, right? If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. So just to share my journey, a bit different. So I graduated in hospitality management from UiTM together with Asyraf. So right after graduated in hospitality management, I start my first career journey, basically with Kazana National Berhad, doing project management. Yeah, so
you go first. I go last. Okay.
I started.
Then you taubat early. That's why you taubat early.
Yeah. So, you know, like as a fresh graduate, like after you graduated, the idea is that you started working with all these MNC corporate companies. Like the first impression is definitely you'll be earning 5 figures income. Then you can buy like a nice car, but that unfortunately didn't really happen.
Yeah.
So, you know, coming back from work, we keep bitching about the bosses, like, oh, how everything is not enough. Living in KL, like everything is not enough. So the expenses is very. Time we stumbled upon gig economy. Then we went to Tokyo. Then we find out like gig economy in Tokyo is massive. It's huge. And we talk about back in 2016, 2015, where gig economy is still not a popular term in Malaysia.
True.
So we were thinking like, you know what? We have all these opportunities. Why don't we just compile everything? But like you mentioned, actually taking the leap of faith, you know, the transition from a full-time career and starting your own business, that is scary. Taking the leap of faith is scary, but the journey is actually, that is the most beautiful things. That is the beautiful experience. Yeah, so I co-founded thekedua.com. So basically, we are just the gig directory, digital directory, like the Yellow Pages. I'm not so sure if this younger generation knows about what is Yellow Pages. So back in our days, like, you know, you use
rainbow pages, dorang colorful pages.
Yeah. So basically, that's how the Kedua works. The Kedua just provide a directory listing of gig economy. It's actually the reason why we're also focusing in terms of fresh graduates or graduates per se is because, you know, as a fresh graduate, you're always stuck in catch-22 phrase. In order for you to get a job, you need to have experience. In order for you to have experience, you need to get a job.
It's
So
vice versa,
via
it's
gig
vice versa.
economy, via gig economy is actually the one that gives you this opportunity for you to earn experience and also getting an extra income. So yeah, we'll be sharing more about this, and just stay tuned with us.
Okay, as I expected, the starting point from both of you is always enough something. It will not a normal starting for sure. All right, so before we go further, our topic for today, we do know our current situation with the pandemic and so on. Okay, entrepreneurship comes into the situation. Okay, if our editor can show some the articles that I want to share with all of you today. All right. So this actually is our. I'm a Naqkhaie, my senior actually. Okay, she's one of my senior. Seeing this article news make me think something. Oh, the life totally give you a full of surprise. Okay, when the things happen, it happen. Okay, even though we have a full plan in our life and so on, when the things happen, totally it will happen. So by right, if you take a look this current situation, most of the people that having maybe we can say bad time for them, okay, but at the same time for sure it's always a at the end of the day we know whatever they face through, we might have feel the sweet ending of everything. All right, so this article show that everything is unexpected. Okay, if let's say for example me myself also, if I say I'm focusing in our in this education industry. Before this I'm teaching face to face. Now this is the reality, we are having the conversation without, we are not sharing the stage. Mr. Azlin, I think the last time I invite you in your ATM, I saw you in the stage whenever whatever you share all those information and knowledge. All right, but here's the reality now. Okay, so we go for the next slide, which is the topic for today. Okay, which is a
Tapi
5C.
if the kuih just now tak apa sedap pun, I will still order weekly because of the content is good. The content of the social media is good.
Sure. Thank you. All right. So this is basically the hidden C that we're gonna discuss for today. I believe C's always not represent a good alphabetical. Okay. Maybe a lot of people aiming the A, but nobody aiming the C. I'm not sure. It's coincidentally Sir Azlin Latiff has facing the 5C. To be honest. All right. Okay, so
It's okay.
basically,
I'm not your academician. Your doctor. It's safe with me. Yeah.
it's always a straight one, right?
Yeah. See, it's pass. Selamat. Yes. Safe.
Okay, so we back to our topic. Okay, basically for today topic, we are trying to helping everyone that watching this live session. Perhaps you might not be an entrepreneur, maybe your sibling, your relative, okay, might caught into this situation whereby they might lost a job, they need to find another sources to cover their living costs. So basically, this 5C, hopefully, with the vast experience and knowledge from our speaker for today, at least we can share something, and all the information and knowledge that you've been shared with us today can beneficial for everyone. So let us start with Sir Azlin. We want to know the first C, okay, which is content. So basically, I would like to ask Azlin on how important actually the choice of content to make sure the person to become a better entrepreneur.
Okay. Thank you, Asyraf. Asyraf, today is Friday, right?
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Okay. Terima kasih kerana datang kepada tazkirah PU Lin hari ini. I still tak puas hati ni. Macam mana PU Rizal dapat Nilofa? My personal vendetta.
That one after party we're gonna talk about, sir.
We have further discussion on that.
Ladies and gentlemen, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, content ni is like sembayang, tiang agama. Buat yang lain semua tak guna if you don't sembayang. That's content in your business. If you have good business strategy, you have a successful marketing strategy, your content is not consistent. C juga tu. Wah, sekarang kita belajar C. In order to be a CEO, you have to score C all the way in your life. But not in the academic sense. So, the content. And you are fresh graduate, you say that, apa nak content, nak jadi macam Cik Azlin. 25 tahun kerja. Nasib baik Naqkhaie, dia dah masuk dulu corporate. 5 tahun ada Naqkhaie, 5 tahun ada.
Yeah.
5 tahun, 5 tahun dia dah taubat nasuha, ladies and gentlemen. And bila dia jadi entrepreneur, you are still single? You are still single?
Married with 1 kid.
Married with 1 kid je. I ni sekarang, kalau nak keluar 3 years ago tu, I ada a teenage kids, 2 orang studying in university, and house semua, mortgage apa ni semua to pay. Okay. I leap of faith. You tengok, leap of faith. 25 tahun umur ke, 30 tahun apa, you lepas graduate, 21 years old, you can. If you have the content. Okay, where to get the content? You have it. Cuma you tak sedar je. My late mom, I bring this to you, says to me when I was younger than you, dia kata, ilmu boleh buat duit. Tapi duit belum tentu boleh buat ilmu, dia kata. Berapa ramai, if you see that people are born in the silver spoon, they are born in the silver spoon, rich, but then the business keep deteriorating towards the generations. But then how from zero to hero, successful entrepreneurs, people in career and all that have made it through with ilmu. So from there, we get that knowledge can be your critical success factor or product here. So if you see, if you say that whatever that you are here right now, the knowledge that you learn in Innovative International College is only to make you graduate, you are telling the truth. Yes, you are telling the truth. But the truth doesn't sell, doesn't pay out there. When you get entrepreneur kena sell kan. The truth has to be sell. Okay, one story that I want to tell you, then we will pass back again. Then it's on and off over here. Is if I may share the screen. Okay, you can see my screen.
All right.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, whatever your parents say, your Generation X, your lecturer yang dah Asyraf dia muda sikit, the millennial, dia Gen Y. Ni yang 35 above to 55 or 60 tu Gen X, 60 above tu Gen
Baby boomers.
Baby boomers, yes, baby boomers. But now dia kira macam the new music mesh around all this. It's a whole new world. So you have the truth doesn't sell. You need to put in story in the truth. So you are a better entrepreneur. So this is actually a story of the truth. So, ladies and gentlemen, you see, once upon a time, there's a person named The Truth. The Truth speaks his mind out in the city, and then always go by the book and all that. And it makes people do not like him. So one day, the mayor of the city says that, okay, The Truth, you are a nuisance to us. They shift The Truth out of the city, in the woods and all that, in the forest. So one day, Story come by with his troop. Story is traveling to the city. Story is a different person. Story stopped by and saw The Truth. And The Truth told the story that he's being so open, he's telling the truth, he's following by the book, by the law and all that, but he's being outcast from the society. Then Story say, Truth, I can bring you back and people will accept you there in the city. And you can be back with the family again. But with one condition, you have to stick with me for as long as you are in the city. So The Truth say that, okay, cool. I agree. So then the story dressed up truth. You nice shirt, shoes with on the carriage, grand entrance into the city. And then when they enter the city, people do not recognize truth anymore. People see story 1 and story 2 right now together, and people accept the old truth, which have the different name right now, in the city. And the truth that is being accepted in the city never let go of the story because it makes him better and prosper in the city. So, ladies and gentlemen, you actually have the truth, but in being a better entrepreneur, after you graduate, without work experience, without anything that you say, you need a story. So that is the content of a story, whatever that you are. Some people have a very good truth, 25 years work experience and still working, and they don't want to work. They want to move. They want to take the leap of faith to be an entrepreneur, but they don't have enough story to help them to accentuate to the truth. So I'm going to show you a 1-minute video with that story and truth in place. Ladies and gentlemen, you can respond in the chat room later. What does content that hit the spot right it means to you?
Knock out.
Yeah, knock off to content. Okay. If you think that it's the creativity, the innovation part of it, or how experienced the person with the content of it, just write that in the chat. We just want to know what you are. There's no right or wrong answer in this context. Okay, so now I'm going to share you a video. Ladies and gentlemen, a video. The video, if you see the content, do not have much content that you are approaching. Scriptwriter dia tak payah nak worry. They don't have to be worried about how to use creative writing and all that in this. But still, it's up in the high class advertisement. Coca-Cola buys it. So I want to share it to you. Okay, what does content that hits the spot comes to you after you watch this video? Okay, 1-minute video. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy. If you do not hear the sound, you have to notify me. Yeah.
I think Azlin, you need to change to the video because now it's still
I think
showing your presentation there.
I need to change the video.
Yeah.
I think maybe go for the presentation mode screen, I think.
Okay, here. I'll share the video.
So Asyraf, I think just to echo with what Sir Azlin mentioned, right, about the content, it's kind of critical now, especially during pandemic, where back then maybe you still able to go out and speak to people and do all this marketing or business development activities. But now, especially during this lockdown, content creation is like super duper important factor.
I think most of the person try to be a content creator, to be honest. If we talk back about what Mr. Azlin said just now, a story, if we take a look, a simple example, even the Instagram also update with the things, which is we know the IG story. Now less people, to be honest, post the main thing at the main post, okay? Because people mainly to share whatever they do, whatever they did, to IG story to show that whatever they are facing for today, what they have for the lunch, for the dinner, and so on. Means to say people want to keep it everything for everyone. Okay, I have this for lunch, I have this for dinner, and so on. So that story goes by from the morning until night. I think even the early in the morning, people still keep sharing in their IG story. Okay, so Azlin, are we good to see the video or the story?
Yeah, okay. You have to tell me if the video you didn't hear on the audio one. Okay, let me just share again the video. Okay.
Can we go to full presentation mode, Azlin? At least a better view we can see.
Wait, let me. Oh God, hold on. Oh, it's small.
Current is still small, I think.
Okay.
Heb je voor dat we die jeder machen? Nee, ik was aan het zeggen.
We can hear the sound, but the video is not playing.
Or else maybe, sir, if let's say you have the video in separate file, maybe sir can play that video directly instead of play at the PowerPoint slide.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. I got it right. Okay.
Currently, I'm still seeing the slide presentation. Am I right, Mr. Naqkhaie? Did you see the same thing?
Yeah, I think I will share it in the. I will share it in the again. Well, last if not, I just review it. What you have? Huh?
Yeah, no worries, sir. Maybe later on you can put the movie or the links for that video also at our comment section for today's live session.
Okay. Okay. So now, can you see the whole screen? Bigger?
Still in the slide presentation, sir.
Yeah, I think you can just put in presentation
Maybe the
mode.
full screen mode.
Yeah, this is a full screen mode on me. Okay, I think we stop sharing, and I put the link later.
Sure, can, sir. Is it the video laughing?
The video is laughing at me, I guess. Okay, so I'm back. Yeah.
Yeah. We good, sir.
So the video will tell you about laugh, contagious. The whole LRT is laughing when one person is looking at his tab and laughing. So there's no content, real content about what is good in smiling, what is good, but they touch us with the senses, ladies and gentlemen. So before I leave the thing to the content, find a content about yourself that hit the spot of the people. So it's not about you go and find things that you have to work dulu, have to find a job only, you cannot do entrepreneurship right now. No, you can collaborate. Smart, do a smart way. If you can see my screen right now, content that creatively hit the spot, if you see, what is the spot? This is the signs of loyalty, the signs of memory, memorable, preference. They like you, they like whatever that you sell. You can sell, if you see the social media influencer right now, the one that sells sambal nini, right?
Are you referring to Khairul Amin, is it?
Yes.
Sambal nyet.
The millennials say that the sambal is not that the best sambal in the world, but people like him. If he put any sambal, it will go. You see, that Khairul does not know how to do sambal, or he's not the expert. He will take from something else, the content. Tapi remember the truth, the content. You guys come in with the story to wrap up the content. You need work experience? Yes, along the way you find the work experience. But then you need to make people like you so that they can produce endorphins, serotonin, dopamine, and oxytocin. So ladies and gentlemen, in today's talk, I just introduced the bigger concept. What is how to create oxytocin, dopamine, serotonin, mood stabilizer, and your product or your entrepreneurship approach will not be like selling. It's like, oh, if I see Sir Asyraf, I see Naqkhaie with this product, he's really a painkiller, he bring in laughter. Then because he mood stabilizer, with all the knowledge and all that, you reaffirm me. Then dopamine reward chemical, if I keep on supporting him. He remembers my birthday, remembers my anniversary and all that. And oxytocin is a feeling that you are fulfilled. You like playing with a dog, playing with a baby, holding hands, the love feeling. So now, ladies and gentlemen, find a content, the truth, best, good product. Then you work on the story. You work on the story of the product. Then you are ready to rock the entrepreneurship work, even earlier than Naqkhaie's achievement, because you say 5 years of being in the corporate.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. That's what I can say in the nutshell.
Okay. Thank you, Azlin. I think since you already touched about the sambal nyet, right? To be frank, if I'm not mistaken, Khairul Amin take 4 years actually to make about all the content of himself, doing the cooking show and so on. All right. But only after 4 years, he only start to come out with the product. Okay. He himself sharing this in his Instagram post, whereby he actually not a culinary study or student, to be honest. He's an engineering student, if I'm not mistaken. Last time he shared in his post. Okay, so that is the thing that you mentioned just now. Actually, the content itself, it must be related or maybe in anybody heart, means to say, right? When people love to see the content, people keep digging about whatever you want to share and so on. Then only people look for your product itself, or maybe the ideas or services that you want to offer. All right, okay. I think Mr. Naqkhaie already eager to share, to be honest. Okay, we can see he's already when my turns come out in this our section. All right, okay. So Mr. Naqkhaie, I specifically choose this point for him, okay, because I know him. He's one of the confident person whenever to bluff earlier. But now I'm not sure. I'm truly, I know he's no longer bluff whatever he did in current situation now he has. So can you share any vital tips, okay, Mr. Naqkhaie, to be more confident in particular business industry? Okay, the stage is yours, Mr. Naqkhaie.
Oh, wow. It's a heavy topic for me to be confident. To be honest, I have actually one story. I think way back in last 6-7 years ago, I would say like that was my first time meeting Sir Azlin. And basically that time I'm still a student, and we have to like present to him, you know. So I still remember, like, even though I might be perceived as confident, but only God knows deep inside, you know, the jantung was like, kalau boleh terkeluar, it's terkeluar already lah.
Is it in Sheraton or in UiTM itself?
In Sheraton.
Sheraton. I bring you the stage together. Yeah.
That is actually in Sheraton. So I was like, you know,
Sheraton.
so I would say like that is one of turnaround point or turnaround moment for me to build the confidence level. Because confidence, as you see, like, is actually kind of a key for as a successful entrepreneur. It's really a vital key for you to be success. Be it whether you wanted to be an entrepreneur or you just wanted to start your career. Because coming back to my own experience, when I went for interview with Khazanah, and you know, like, how Khazanah, like, usually majority, they will employ abroad students.
Yes.
Local graduate is hardly, and basically Khazanah have 7 stages of interview. So
yes.
Yeah, when during my first stages of interview, you know, like, I feel
you
like
must be Optimus Prime. You're not human. Because you are selected. He's selected. I mean, superhuman tu dia. Naqkhaie, blah blah.
Right. So during my first stages of the interview, I feel like, can I make it, or am I will be chosen to be part of Khazanah? But then suddenly, like, it just strikes me, you just have to be confident, because confidence actually equals to you start to have instilling the belief system in yourself. Because I mean, as a Muslim, we also have, like, you know, orang kata berdoa, so you put it in words. So when you have the belief system that, oh, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to succeed at this thing, definitely the result will comes back later. So it's the same thing as an entrepreneur or as a fresh graduate. You really need to have that confidence level. Mainly, it's not just because of you wanted to be perceived as arrogant. So you need to distinguish, confident and arrogant. You know, and also, like, people say, you might be confident even though you are not a smart person. Because being confident doesn't mean you need to know everything about anything. So, I mean, we are just a normal human being. We don't know what we don't know, correct? So, it's very simple. Like, basically, how can you build that confidence? How can you be so confident presenting in front of your class or presenting in front of the public? It takes you a while, but you just need to train. You know, you keep training, keep doing the same thing, repeating over and over again. And to be honest, to date, I've been doing a pitching to venture capital to raise fund. I think I've been meeting close to 50. So we can see the difference between the first time I started to pitch to VC and until hit number 50, different. You start see the progress. Previously, maybe you wouldn't know, like, what are the right words to say, what are the things. I don't think so. Sir Azlin can, you know, very eloquent with the words, the way he talks. Like, it takes him years to keep practicing that, to have that confidence.
To be a dashing guy, right? To be a dashing guy is only
exactly
need a confident level.
Yeah,
and you still feel that you're not enough if you compare to the global world. But then it's okay. Inch your way, move your way. Don't stop. Any situation, don't stop.
True, because confidence is just about how a person, how you yourself feels about your ability. You know, because it's very simple. If you already have a driving license, you'll be super confident to drive your car as compared to someone that don't have a driving license. The only difference is for you the ability for you to drive. So that's why confidence is actually relate or equals to your belief system. But however, confidence also is not a personal trait that either you have or you don't have. You might be confident in one particular things, but you might not be confident in other things. For example, like, majority of them will perceive like, oh, I'm super confident to talk in front of the screen, talking to the students, but not so many people knows I'm not super confident when it comes to going to meet my dentist. You know? So confidence is not a personal trait. It's definitely not a personal trait. So how can you like to be more confident is actually you need to believe in yourself first. It's the same thing about when you first started your business, right? So you might not have that confidence or whether this one can boleh berjaya or this one might be flunk, this one might be failed. And to be honest, to share with you, this is not my first ventures. This is not my first business. I started few other business, but it didn't work out. It failed. But I took that as a learning curve, learning point for me. And one of my mentor actually, he always remind me this about being confident in your business. It's very simple. That the word or the mantra is always let's just try it and see if it works. We can always switch back if it doesn't. So, because when you perceive when you don't feel confident, it's actually just a fear, where fear is actually just the acronym for false emotion appearing real. So it's not even real things, right?
It's hunted you. It's hunted you even though it's not real.
Yeah, it's not even the real things. So you just your belief
Sounds like a fantasy.
Yeah. You know, like sometimes
A negative fantasy, yeah.
It's just about all those negative things. But now because of COVID pandemic, the only things that people wanted to hear is being negative of COVID. So that is the only negative that is positive.
Yes, I like the only negative.
That
I
one,
like.
everyone, the one actually to positive in
Yeah.
any single time at all.
Even the most positive person just wanted to be negative about COVID.
Mm.
So coming back to our topic, right? It's just you have to build. It takes a while for you to build your ability, and you always need to believe in yourself, believe in your ideas, so the confidence will come. It's not something that you can just go and study like, oh, how can I be confident? It is actually like you building up from yourself, your personality actually. Yeah. So maybe Azlin, you wanted to, maybe you can add on some more like how to be more confident on stage. You know, like since you've been in L&D world for quite some times. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Naqkhaie, to glue the learning from when you have content, lace the truth with the story. Then you have to be confident. That means you are the story now. You have reinforced that. That is one of the role of a story teller or entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is a storyteller.
Yes.
Storyteller is a skill where CEO of big GLCs company and all that, they have to sharpen it in the past 10 years or 5 years in order for them to be a successful CEO in that.
Yeah.
Yes, that is the confidence. And if you ask me, there are a lot of courses and all that. But then, one thing is you yourself, istiqomah, consistency. Do it over and over again. Naqkhaie, there's a lot of incidents that our confidence embarrass us. It's like, oh, malu ni Allah, confident terlebih. It's like you are on your knee, life is like punching you. What need to do is you do not submit your embarrassment. Yang itu is like, alamak malu tak nak buat lagi dah, taubat nasuha kan, ini semua kan, and all that semua. No, you just stand up, shrug your shoulder and move on. Later, kena lagi on your knee lagi. Tapi you get better and better, stronger and stronger. Entrepreneur, your confidence, one of the thing is makeup tebal, muka tebal, you are thick skin. Also, you do not use MAC or Bobby Brown as your makeup. As no foundation. Citylicious. Bukan Citylicious, sorry, Citylicious pula. Simplicity ke apa. Okay, so that is where. Thank you, Naqkhaie, for I'm inspired to see the millennial Gen Y have starting to guide the millennials. And you watch out, Asyraf, Naqkhaie, and the others. You think that you are challenging. Kita ingat Naqkhaie and Asyraf, Gen Y is a challenging. Then come Gen Z. Oh, Gen Y pun they are challenging. People who are 20 the early 20s, you have challenges also. I mean, in terms of wavelength lah, kan? If you see, in the next 5 to 10 years lagi, the year 2010 onwards maybe, they call themselves Alpha Generation pula. Another twist of millennials punya mindset pula. Confident dia. So ladies and gentlemen, don't let anyone, especially the baby boomers or Gen X, cut your confidence. Cakap, apa ni nak tunjuk-tunjuk confident macam bagus kan? Memang of course trial and error, tapi move back, tebal muka, makeup, and move on. Like Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible. Wear that mask again. Flawless mask apa ni semua. Make sure it's a breathable material. Otherwise, your jerawat batu tu will pop up. Okay, breathable material. Wear it, walk tall. That is actually the confident part.
Totally agree with that.
Yeah?
I still remember lah. I mean, coming back to our story, like when I first met you in Sheraton, like I still remember I asked you like, sir, how to be confident? I mean, speaking in front of these people, you know, like because as a student, you wouldn't know like how to react, your body posture, what are the right words to say. But you said one thing. You said like you just imagine you're just alone there. So I always like practice the tips. Like I just imagine myself, I'm just alone. Then you perceive like nobody, because sometimes it's just about perception, you know. Kita rasa like, oh, what if these people judge us? But then again, even though they judge us, nothing is actually harmful to us. It's nothing. It's not going harming us pun sebenarnya. It's always about ourselves lah.
And good. After that, imagine you get the confidence. Imagine that you're alone. First, one thing. Thank you. I like that stages of that. Alone. After that, you will advance in. You go in. It's not. You don't have to imagine that you're alone anymore. You're confident. You go in. You feel like you are Justin Bieber. You feel like you are
the superstar.
Yes, and all that one. Okay, then belum habis lagi. After the Justin Bieber, you feel like macam celebrity lah. Tapi remember, there's a thin line between riak tu. Don't
cross the line, the thin line.
Entertain, you entertain kan, singer. Tapi you still penat. And at one point, your confidence level tu is you go on a DJ punya tu. Armin van Buuren, Tiesto and all that. You spin a little bit, but they are dancing. Wow! That's more. They don't even see you. Tapi without you, there's no like that. So that is where the confident level, which means that you just go there and say a few things, the words, and connect with them. Sometimes you don't have to prepare. Like today I prepare. Sometimes you don't have to prepare impromptu, but you can have that with the confidence. Ladies and gentlemen, don't fall into the mindset of the people who says that confidence is arrogant in the society. People who appreciate this. Kita nak more Malaysians to be confident like that. Look at our nations. We are the 4 Asian tigers. Okay. But then we are.
I'm really sorry for the
Vietnam is coming in. Thailand is coming in. Taiwan, Singapore, Korea has surpassed us so much and all that. We need to bring back that mindset. Koreans learn from us during baby boomers history lesson. They learn from Malaysia. That's why ekonomi baru. After that, they learn from that. They take in Reebok. Siapa dulu pakai kasut Reebok dia macam Nike apa semua. Made in Korea. No, reject. No, apa ni semua kan. But Korean, they say, I take Reebok to learn about the good manufacturing practice of the global standard and all that. After that, they keluarkan global standard. Who do not like to see K-pop? Who do not like to see K-movie? I don't. Now I'm addicted. I believe in Korean product. Daripada SK2, Clarins, ladies and gentlemen dulu kan, I feel like I ni flawless, glow in the dark muka I kalau pakai Clarins or SK2. Now no need, half, 1/3 of that price I can get Korean
Korean
biotechnology.
products. Yeah.
Innisfree, Face Shop, pergi kat sana lagi banyak all that. They have perfected the art of global brand with an affordable punya range.
Yeah. True.
Entrepreneur, kaya raya entrepreneur. We learn that Korea.
Korean.
Confident. Yeah. All right.
Okay, I'm really sorry for the technical problem just now.
No problem.
Back in action, okay. The weather on my side not really good, to be honest. Suddenly, I think the Wi-Fi connection not on my side. All right, so I think Mr. Naqkhaie already showed us a lot of confident tips. Okay, so the next point we're gonna take a look is the commitment. Okay, I think we choose the right person to explain about the commitment. I think Mr. Azlin have a lot of experience handling a lot of commitment in his life. Okay, to be frank, he has vast experience compared to both of us. All right. So basically, we want to know about actually on how when we talk about entrepreneur or businessman, people know businessmen go here and there after here earlier. Okay, but now we are no longer chasing the person on what we call it a physical part. We are chasing the person on virtual. Okay, we having a mix session, Zoom session. How actually to be a good entrepreneur in handling the commitment for ensure you are not miss any kind of point for daily routine, for example.
Okay. Yes, commitment is the biggest success factor or critical. You are at the juncture, crossroad, persimpangan dilema. With commitment, Mr. Kama, you go to success. Without commitment, your leap of faith too, you will reverse back into slave. Okay, I use the word slave. That means be in the career that you don't like. Kalau the career you don't like, I don't mind. Ladies and gentlemen, we have entrepreneurs at the young age because a lot of cases, failures, bukannya on my own observation, experience, is based on the general market at your age over here. And you don't like to be, millennials don't like to be 9 to 5:30, work, lunch 1 to 2. Hey, your lunch is 4 p.m., okay? Because I clubhouse at 9 until 4 a.m. dia tak pergi clubbing, which is healthy.
No clubhouse.
It's the same as clubbing. But Gen X like me look at it as social connection. But the others is like, what is this? You're in the social world and all that stuff. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, to get commitment is you have the courage to do over and over again. So every day you have to really tell yourself, hari ni schedule apa semua. Don't let it fall into a habit. Then commitment dah tak ada. Monotony to a habit. Right. So one slide you have to share for the commitment. I don't want to play video. I will play the slide. Yeah. Okay, courage, commitment. Sorry, a courage to do over and over again towards innovation. They say, do not do flat. Yeah, you become very complacent. Innovate. That is like, tapi do the same business until you are to. But then, ladies and gentlemen, the question is, I'm not bringing in the how. The how you can Google, you can ask your successful friends, Asyraf, your connections, and all this. But if you see, I just want to bring in not the global trends, but on the side where we have the Gunung Kinabalu and the roller coaster by the side. If you look at the green color, that is your movement as an entrepreneur. Because my crowd is entrepreneurs right now. You are like a roller coaster. You explore, establish, maintain, disengage. About 1 year, 2 years. When I did this, Malaysia is about 1.5 years. at one point before the next roller coaster or before the next circle. But at this point, it's 1 year dah, Malaysia. China and US dah about.
Sir Azlin, sorry to interject, but I think you
Yeah.
need to move your slide to the next slide because it's still showing the previous slide.
Yeah.
This slide, okay. Now what slide that you see? You see global trends shaping people's
No, a
expectations.
whole new world. Commitment equals to courage to do over and over again.
Okay, now
It's not moving. Huh?
okay, now you okay. The slide is not moving.
Yeah.
I think the two of you vibe too strong until the connection cannot bear to take.
Oh, okay. Then I stop sharing, no
Even
problem.
I'm wondering what happened to my connection. If before this I don't have any kind of connection problem, when two of the superpower people came into the live, even my connection.
No problem. It's okay. Okay, I just want to bring you. Find the courage to do over and over again and innovate. Add-ons. Don't stick to the complexity. Although you are making money. Because learn from the Nokia experience. It's a very simple experience, Nokia. Who did not use Nokia in my generation? And I guess
Yeah.
also, right? 3320. Wow, superb phone.
The most solid phone.
Yes, and they are so rich. But then they did not go in. They are like, hey, we have money, man. People are loyal to us, brand, Nokia, right? Apple and Samsung comes in, smartphone. Nokia say, okay lah, wait and see. Then suddenly Apple and is like F1. Nokia is like, hey, realize, hey, we need to have a smartphone. Illumina, something like that. Lumina, or the brand goes up. Cannot fight that Nokia and iPhone. But then Nokia and iPhone, not long. If you go last 5 years, when you go to the shop in the shopping mall, the one that is put front is Vivo, Oppo, Z, now Z, Xiaomi, and all that. They also are losing the market share because they are targeting more on high megapixel, good cameras, good for gaming and all that for millennials market. So millennials doesn't mind to have Vivo, Oppo and all that if it's fulfill the needs of the gaming. If Apple punya price is too high to be afford to. So ladies and gentlemen, being global is not to contest with the market that is global. Like the Korean experience, you create your own niche or own brand, own specialty, own identity, but to a global good manufacturing practice, the good service practice, a branded service culture practice, where all this you can engage our services, Naqkhaie, my services, without going to big companies, because the big companies will engage us to advise you. Okay, yeah, because of our experience. But then the commitment is where you walk, bangun kena tu, bangun jatuh. That is where your content and your confidence is growing by doing it over and over again. Otherwise, yang belakang ni tak grow. How you want to go to the next 2 C's tu? It won't work if there's no istiqamah or do over and over again. The courage and innovate. Always audit to innovate. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Sir Azlin, for the
Back to you,
sharing of the commitment. Okay, next point is also a vital point that we are facing now, which is connection. And to be frank, I'm lost my Wi-Fi connection right now. I'm not sure what is the problem, but hopefully we can still carry on with this live session. I think we can encounter the problem soon. Okay, so for the next point, I believe Mr. Naqkhaie, when we are setting up for the kedua.com, I believe we meet a lot of connection to ensure the kedua.com to be whatever
kedua.com right now. Okay, I believe that there's a lot of connection you meet along the way the process. But how actually we want to make sure we are preparing or make a proper way to make a connection, and at the same time we know that connection align with our goal or objective for our business.
Okay, all right. So thank you, Asyraf. Even though your connection is not that good, but yeah. Okay, so connection, or in other words, is actually networking. So I wanted to start this with one phrase: your network is your net worth. So in simple terms, it's actually nilai kawan-kawan yang you ada is equal to harta you. You know, your friend is actually your harta. Having said that, is because when I first started, I didn't came from a millionaire family. I wasn't born and raised in a silver spoon families. So I don't have the capital. So when you first started your business, another C that is super important is actually a capital. So we don't have the capitals, you know, when we first started. So the reason why I said your network is your net worth is mainly when I first started, instead of I'm looking for looking to raise funding as a capital, I start to approach or start to connect back with all my networks. Because sometimes what you need is not just in terms of monetary, but in terms of the in-kind support. So the difference between a business back in 20 or 30 years ago, they would see another competitors as a competitor. But now you need to change your mindset and shift it, like innovate. You shouldn't perceive them as your competitors. You should see them as the collaborators. Because you might offer one solution, but others can actually complement your solution. Okay, so that's why your network is your net worth. How to actually find the right network is basically, I would say, another important C in entrepreneurship is being creative. You know, one of the case study that I love to share in Silicon Valley. You know, like Silicon Valley is basically like a heaven for startup. So they produce multiple billion-dollar founders or unicorn startups like Uber or Lyft. Most of unicorn startups was born in Silicon Valley. So in Silicon Valley, majority of the founders of the startups, even though most of them is billionaire, but they still drive for Uber, they drive Lyft. In Silicon Valley, they don't have, apparently back then they don't have Grab yet. So they drive for Uber and Lyft. But for us, we perceive as a Grab driver is just equals to taxi driver. But for entrepreneur or startup founder in Silicon Valley, the reason why they drive for Uber or Lyft is mainly it's easy for them to connect or get networking with all these investors and funders. You know, you can just go and walk dekat kaki lima and approach Sir Azlin like, hey, you know what, sir, I have this product solution. Would you like to invest in me? Like, he definitely won't pick up that communication. The conversation won't happen. But if you drive a Grab, for example, and somebody came and you ask like, oh, where are you from? Oh, basically, I'm actually a HR manager. So it's actually opening a door for you to connect and network with them. They might be your future boss. You might know. They might be your potential funders. So you have to be creative. But always remember one thing about networking is that you need to give before you receive. So building a network or connection is about giving more than about receiving. Even though in a networking situation, it's like super normal, people will expect you to ask, you know, to ask them for help. So if you change the situation, rather than you ask for help, you offering your help for them. So one thing first thing first, it builds your credibility and it builds your rapport. So by building your credibility and rapport, it helps you to build more networks. And for example, like today, if I already did something to Sir Azlin, something bad or something negative, word of mouth travels faster. And plus with this social media now, it's like anything travels super at lightning speed.
Yeah.
So that's why it's always about give before you receive. And you don't have to be selective in order for you to network, because you always have to hold to that key. It's like your network is your net worth, because you wouldn't know this person might help you in return something in the future. So you just be creative about how to build your network, especially nowadays. Maybe you don't have the access to go to like joining all this networking session, but definitely you have Facebook groups, social media, all this clubhouse. Those are the platform for you to leverage to find your network.
So that we don't
Alright,
perceive
thank
you
you,
as wasting
Mr.
time
Naqkhaie, for the-
socializing.
Yeah,
Yeah, very good, Naqkhaie. Yeah, very good, Naqkhaie. Use that. Sekali socializing, sekali networking, kan? Huh?
leverage,
Yes.
take advantage of the existing platform that you have.
Existing, yes.
Our last C actually, whatever what we do now, actually the last C that we want to fill out is which is the communication. Okay. So now this communication no longer we are writing a letter to beloved person and so on, right? So we have a lot of platform of communication. Even right now we are using the communication platform whereby three of us interact to each other and so on. Okay, I think time is very jealous with three of us. We do know about that. Okay, so I would like to ask any one of you want to wrap up about the last C, which is communication. Anyone? Maybe.
Okay, I say, when you communicate, it's about influencing. You have to mirror it. Besides the Albert Mehrabian 3 V's of communication, verbal, vocal, and non-verbal, visual. We learn from, like I say, the Korean, they have a good product, biotech. Why you take from outside? Okay, our kulit manggis is being brought to America and produce a very good health drink called Zango ke apa. And here kita buang-buang je, makan yang putih, the manggis, and buang the kulit manggis kan. Kulit buang. So now what you need to do is bring back the Javanese punya communication. I did this because I create the culture for Desaru Coast. And what culture? Hard rock different pula culture. Western pula very calm kan. Golf club different pula kan. So we bring in the Johor culture, Rewang and Mesra. So in order for you to communicate well with all of these connections, network that you build semua, the Javanese have said better than Albert Mehrabian. Albert Mehrabian quantify verbal 7%, non-verbal 55% kan.
Yeah.
The Javanese ada the set, they call it ada tu, memang macam a set, a system, tata susila like that. Like when I am at 50, I talk to Naqkhaie at your true age berapa Naqkhaie?
33.
Oh, 33, okay. At 33, I will have to use certain words, certain tone, certain thing to him. He have to observe a different set of, not the same as mine when I'm addressing a younger one. A younger one addressing an older one have to address a different tata susila or set of rules. Communication. Respect and memory. It's either you create respect or you create fun or excitement, laughter and smile in the person when you meet to any topic. Janganlah asyik you punya topik produk aja you nak cakap macam orang itu insurance je kan, and expect you to smile. Kan? Any topic. That's why in social media posting, this one face to face. In the social media posting, when you appear in the virtual, you have to have that variety also. Sometimes leverage on different things, leverage on your kejayaan, leverage on cita-cita yang very fantastic or unique and all that. Sometimes you brag about your kejayaan sikit, then you pull it back. That is where I learn from the millennials. The millennials cuma have to believe that whatever that we are learning from you, we are making money. You just follow us back there because you are the one that teacher kita. tapi you tak apply, kan? Dia pergi sekolah pondok sama, tapi dia tak jadi tahfiz, dia tak jadi hafiz. I jadi hafiz. So dia kena belajar tajwid balik dengan I lah, kan? That is where the world is around. But thank you, millennials, kan? Actually, the formula is in you. I look like helicopter, see that, oh, this is actually the formula, I share it back with you. Because we don't do it earlier. When we do it your style earlier, kita dipanggil rebellion. Sekarang millennial. Ui, okay man, kan? It's two different things, man. Okay.
Alright, thank you,
Alright.
Mr. Azlin, for the nice sharing. Unfortunately, our time almost end for today's session. And once again, to be honest, I would like to apologize for my technical problem. But as far as I'm concerned, we're still sharing the 5C to audience. We get a lot of the knowledge from both of you. And on behalf of Innovative International College, we would like to thanks to both of you for spending your time on this nice evening, even though we are facing some problem. But there's nothing to stop for both of you to share any kind of information and knowledge. If you have any kind of information or any kind of info that you want to share regarding, for example, Mr. Naqkhaie, you want to share about the kedua.com latest promotion, or maybe from Mr. Azlin also, if you want to have a few words regarding on your company, you might share with us before we end our last session.
Naqkhaie, we are curious that you are the chief spending officer. For your information, I run a training and development company. And now what we are looking for also is virtual producers. We are also looking for entrepreneurs in training and development. Kita bagi you professional certificate under London Examination Board. London Examination Board is a body where they accredited kemahiran to be an academic, macam NIOSH kat sini lah, kan? Tapi they are very established. Diorang punya recognizing of prior experience is very good and all that, right? So you venture into that. Don't go into academic don't venture into this accreditation punya tu, because sekali dengan buat business, you can have training and development punya entrepreneurship. We are opening it for you. Because remember, we see the truth that you did not see. We put a story to your truth. Sekarang orang nak tuition standard for form 4, form 5 and all that semua. And the best person to teach them the method through virtual and all that, and the timing that kena tau. Selalu tengah malam nak belajar. Cikgu tuition yang umur 40 tahun, mana nak mengajar 12 tengah malam, kan? Fresh graduate yang para di subjek boleh ajar budak SPM apa ni semua. Remember, I tak terror. I SPM pun semua D. You ada kawan scorer. Kawan scorer, you asyik belajar je. You 5C dulu, kan. Sekarang guna 5C you buat marketing, jual kawan scorer tu. Profit bagi dua. Satu marketing, satu lagi facilitation, kan. That's your content. Collaboration. Remember, last word for me. One style does not fit all. You punya style does not fit all. Yang I cakap you Jawa punya culture tu, kan, orang tua cakap macam mana apa. Have to have different style. Not people adapt to you, you adapt to people. So that is actually and lastly, learn from now world trend. Bukan you. Adriana Lima. Tak tahu, kan? Adriana Lima. Ada yang tahu? Dia Victoria's Secret punya angel. Model Victoria's Secret. Yang tu, kan? Google Victoria's Secret if you are not sure what it is. You know that. Market share macam ni je. Siapa yang suka lingerie, suka perfume, perempuan dia. Dia telah buat collaboration dengan Puma. Sports. Apa kena-mengena Victoria's Secret dengan sports? Kan? As much as I like to see women jogging in their lingerie or their using a sport shoes Puma, tapi apa connection dia? Oh, Adriana Lima boleh pakai jadi Victoria's Secret model kerana dia pergi exercise selalu. Bila dia exercise selalu, dia pakai Puma. Bila dia pakai Puma, the body is like hourglass. Ooh, you see the perception that is created by collaboration. Fans base dua-dua beli Puma, fan base Victoria's Secret, beli Puma, fan base Puma, go to Victoria's Secret. is the same as BTS and McDonald's. Semua laku BTS dengan collaboration dengan apa, Selena Gomez dengan Puma, the California Dreams and all that semua, and all that semua. Guys, collaboration guys. Okay, thank you.
Alright, Mr. Naqkhaie, anything that you want to share about the kedua.com, any kind of letter promotion or whatever?
So the kedua is basically the world is changing and the world is evolving because of pandemic. So right after you graduate, you need to remember like now your competitors is not just within the fresh graduate. Your competitors is among the retrenched workers with the experience.
Yes.
So you have to start building your experience, knowledge starting from today. Now, so if you really wanted to explore about gig economy, feel free to explore the kedua.com. So we provide all this listing. The reason is not because I might make money out of you, no, but because the moment you start to build your own experience and build your stories, that's the most important things. Because the technology is disrupting now. So if you refuse to adapt and adopt, you will be losing you at the losing end. Yeah. So exactly like what Sir Azlin said, like now collaborate, you have to start have a different mindset, collaborative mindset, collaborate, be innovative and have the courage, just move forward. Don't stop. Don't have the what if. You know, what if is the one that stops you. You shouldn't have the what if. Just go. If it fails, if it fails, it's a learning curve for you. So yeah, it's actually a learning point a stepping stone for you. Yeah, with that, yeah, thank you, Asyraf.
All right, thank you again, Mr. Naqkhaie. Okay, by that, I think we already at the end of the live session. Okay, once again, we would like thank you to both of you for spending your time. I do believe if we have 2 more hours also, we might fill up all the 2 hours together, sharing all the knowledge non-stop with others. So everyone, I hope you can get a lot of knowledge for our live session today. Until then, I think that's all from us. Stay safe and together we hope we can beat this pandemic COVID-19. Until then, Assalamualaikum and bye everyone. Thanks again for watching.
Okay.
Saya Cik Am, Senior Counselor, inovatif di hatiku.
Hai, saya Aiza, inovatif di hatiku.
Saya Yahurin Muhammad Yasin, inovatif di hatiku.
Hai, nama saya Kana, inovatif di hatiku. Saya Aini, inovatif di hatiku.
Saya Arisha, inovatif di hatiku.
Hai, saya Ain, inovatif di hatiku.
Saya Wanu Fazira, inovatif di hatiku.
Saya Nurfahana binti Zul, inovatif di hatiku. Saya Asma Amanina, inovatif di hatiku.
Hai, saya Hamka, inovatif di hatiku. Saya Muhammad Helmi bin Abdul Rahman, inovatif di hatiku.
Nama saya Nurul Al-Akila, penolong pendaftar Kolej Inovatif Antarabangsa, inovatif di hatiku.
Hai, nama saya Muhammad Faiz bin Abdul Razak, inovatif di hatiku.
Saya Abdul Rahman bin Kasbi, pendaftar Kolej Antarabangsa Inovatif. Inovatif di hatiku.
Inovatif.